notations for geometry. So we're gonna just learn some notations for geometries and some symbols. So when we talk about shapes, we're gonna talk about, like, angles. I don't know, triangles or squares, and so on and so forth. When we talk about size, we are going to talk, well, actually, another important thing is like segment, ray, line, and so on and so forth. When we talk about size, we are going to talk about length in inches, centimeters, kilometers, or area, which is just a square of it, right? Square inches, square centimeters. Or when we can also talk about the degrees of angles. So those are the size. Now, so that's the size, and I'm gonna do a little fancy using different color this time, right? So let's see. So angles, we use this notation. Goes like this. This is angles, right? It's not the same as less than symbol, which goes like this. That's not what we were talking about. We were talking about that this line has to be horizontal. Triangle, this is the triangle, and then we say this is the square. Segment is we use like this. Ray goes like this, and line goes like this. And then the lengths and inches, we know how to use that. But a very important part of it is that we use congruent sign symbol for just the shapes. And we use equal sign for size only. So we can really mix this up. So for example, if you say triangle ABC, like this, right? ABC is congruent to triangle DEF, which makes sense. By the way, you have to go order, so A corresponds to D, right? I have to write E over here because B corresponds to E. B's are in the middle of A and C, first and last letter, and E is the middle of the letter, so I have to go E here and F here, which makes sense. But it doesn't make sense to say triangle ABC is equal to triangle DEF. This makes no sense because ABC is the shape. Equal is we are talking about just the size. And then triangle DEF is a shape. So we can't mix this up. We got to use either congruent sign symbol. So this is not too bad right now. But when it gets to something like this, so let's say we have a segment. From here it's J and K. We have another segment, let's say M, N. If we want to say these segments are congruent, if we are talking about shapes, then we gotta write segment JK is congruent to segment MN. Or if you know the lengths of these segments, you can say, let's say this is 2 inches, and if this is 2 inches too, then you can say JK without overbar equals MN. Likewise, if you have some angles like this, let's say this is 30 degrees, right? So let's say this is ABC. So you can say, well, let's say you have another angle like this. That's 30 degrees. Let's say this is DEF. You can say either angle ABC, notice that the B is in the middle, right, because that's what we were talking about, is congruent to angle DEF, or you can say measurement angle ABC is equal to measurement angle DEF, which equals, 30 degrees.